Right, Mukesh? Yeah, everyone is online.
Uh, I mean, just give me 1 minute.
Sure.
I'm just going to set up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry, everybody. I just.
Last time actually we started with actually last week actually we have seen many things actually about what the role of a business architect, how it differs from traditional business architect, how we can go for a smart objective, how we can go for a good requirement, and finally we see how we can go for a good specification. And last week actually we have not completed the demo actually how we the things we can achieve the requirements which we have like from the discussion and workshop we have defined the requirements and specification how we can include that into the our application. So on that time I was showing about the application. So there is two way you can include the requirements. Either you can go from the menu option, the land that is called as landing page. So this is the first way we can get from the Designer Studio. Other way is actually we can have overview window. So this is actually from application overview. We have this one requirements and specification. So if we click from there as well, it will open the same window for us. So we come to the same application profile where we can include requirement and specification from there. So last time we had a problem with import from Excel. So now because if you can see 1 minute before going on to that. So we this release and iteration, it was not part of 7.1. Actually, it was added in 7.2.1 only. So it was not there in previous versions. That's why actually when I was trying to upload the file, this two file like column was missing onto the Excel sheet and it gave problem. So now we have updated that one. So I can able to add that. So now I'm going to add from Excel. Okay. So if you want to get the template only, that is like in which format you need to upload that into that particular format, we can download the template and we can include our requirements within it. So that's we have in my text. So it will be the name I've given, and when I click onto the next, it will read the Excel file and it will trying to upload everything in within here. Still 1 minute. I have not saved it. So I can go back and yeah. So if you see now, actually the table new requirements are going to upload into the system. So initially we have given that all. So the requirements are not successfully uploaded into the system. We can actually want to change the view. So it will change the view of the actually to show you in a grid format. Now, if you say actually we want to withdraw, so we can withdraw the from here, and from here we can see if any association, if any specification are associated with this requirement, we can see that out from here. And the thing is we can do the filtering as well, like based on the importance, based on the status, we can filter it out so that also we can done. And if you want to export it back to the Excel, once we want to do that, that also will be can be back done. So this is actually how we can update for the requirements. So the same thing for the specification. So we can see we have added one specification. So just want to show you that one. So in that, if you can see the same way we need to give the name of that and which application is going to support and which rule set we are going to store that. Here in the starter, same way we have different options: complete, pending, implemented, new, progress. So based on that, we actually like how it progress, we can change that, and we can define like what is the type of specification. Actually, like we are going to send in correspondence, it's a decision, or it's a complete flow, or it's a human required, or it's an integration. So this is all Pegasus define different terminology which is need to do complete to achieve some specific task. So based on that, we can decide that like that specification is related to this specific task. We can design the complexity, it's high, low, or medium. Release iteration, we can go for in later we can decide that it will be part of this release and iteration, so that can be done. And we need to give the we can relate with the objective, which objective is going to be relate, and what is the business impact of it. We can implement that, and in the here we can give the proper description here about the complete request. And actually we can upload in Word as well. So if you want to click on the Word, you want to upload this description, so that also we can do it here. And someone wants to review that, so that like as a review, so that we can, many people can provide the comments here. So that comments can be also like for the specification, in that like many people can provide the comments. For the review, comments can be done from here as well. And finally, like in the advanced tab, you can see it's like which requirements is going to be, we can add, like what is the acceptance criteria for this specification, we can add it. Who is the actor, like who is actually going to perform this specification, we can mention that. And which requirements is going to be relate with it. So if we say we have the supporting leave type, so we can find from the existing requirement. So we have supported leave type. So this is, if we say this is the requirement we are going to link with this specification. So that actually we can do from that. So this actually now we have associated this requirement with this specification, and we can have multiple association, like multiple requirements can be associated with one specification, and same way like and one requirement can be associated with multiple specification as well. And who will be the subject matter expert? So it will like you can give the like who is actually dealing with that from the business side, that can also be mentioned it here. So this all criteria we can mention into the specification one. So once we are done with that, we can submit it out. So that will be going to be created for us with that, and then we can see that it's associated with. Yes.
How we are going to create this release and iteration? What information? How we are going to provide information?
That actually like actually once actually you see release and iteration are not yet defined. Actually like if you see in your application overview page here, okay. So if you click onto the releases, it will open you the release window from that, okay. So then actually you can define releases and iteration here. So that is like part of the, I think, the project management. So they like they can include that, like how you want to include that in which release and all that thing.
Okay.
So here like here, so that I can okay, this is the release 1, release 2. Within the release, I have multiple iterations. So that I can do it here. So actually I see actually I want to release 1, release 2. I can give that in, I can create releases and iteration here, and then I can move that, okay, this requirement and this specification will be part of this release and this iteration. Okay.
Okay.
So here like I can give one iteration as well. Now actually if you go there, it will show you revision iteration as well. Still not coming. It should display that. I think we need to refresh that thing and come back once again. We'll see one of the requirements. So there actually you can see I want to go part of the release 1 and iteration 1. So this way you can decide. So this release and iteration are part of the your project methodology. So which methodology, how much iteration and release you have, so that you can map that to it. Okay. Once I showed you that specification, in the same way we are going to upload a specification from Excel sheets. And for the specification also we have the download template and we can export the existing requirement to Excel. So banking specification. Yeah, there were some issues on that. So actually there's no need to work on that. So one actually requirement is going to be update because I picked one of the requirement, that one, and other one will be, one is the blank one, so there is actually like nothing to that. So multiple rows and actually some of them are in error. So it will work in that way. Actually others will be great. So two others are record skipped and other are getting updated or created into that. And later we can again get it back once again.
Mukesh, what was the error? Like what you said, what can cause the problems?
Yeah, literally yesterday was okay. If you see, like
Oh, the format issue. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's right. Actually, if you see, I did not give the correct application name. So, actually, like if you say time off is my application in this context, and I give the Excel sheet a different name of the application. So
Okay.
it will not able to match that with the your case. So it will give you error that okay, we are not able to map that application within the specification.
Okay.
So that is like type of error will come into that. Firstly, at that time also it can give you error onto that. Okay, we need to give that values. So if you say like the main thing is the sort is like the main name of that. If we are not giving the name, so and actually we have updated everything. Or we have, if there is a duplication of the same row, so it might give you error onto the duplication as well. Okay, and now you can see there are actually different filters. So based on the filters, you can see the specifications, and we can change the same way. We can change the view of it from here. So now actually like we have added the requirement and specification. Now next comes actually your analysis. So from the analysis, we can get to know how much requirements are actually in which stage. So we can see from here, it's like currently, like if you can see, I mentioned only one of them, business impact. So most of them actually business impacts are not included. That's why we are not getting the correct picture here. 1 minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it once again. Okay, and banking specification. So there actually you can see business impacts is completely blank. So I think I can choose that. What is profit kilometer value? So can just maybe I So just for testing purpose, I'm just updated the business impact one so that we can see the correct picture in the report. So I'm going to upload it once again. So in this time, actually everything will be updated. It will like no new requirement will be going to create from it.
This is the same one you uploaded earlier, right, Yogesh?
Yes, that's right. I just updated the one of the row onto it.
Okay, so you won't give any duplicate issues because you updated
Yes.
it.
Yes. It actually will show you that that will be going to be update now.
Okay.
Okay. So this is that 14 specification will be updated in this one. So that like it's not going to create a new one into this system. So this is all like it's going to be update now. Yeah. Complexity. Need to see from here. Oh, it still says not updated. I think I need to just give me a minute. I think there is some issues happen when you go again. Specification. Yeah, actually, like that's why it's saying that like I need to update. That's why actually it's I need to select which one you want to update or which one you don't want to update. So this is one of the blank row. So now it's like it's updated the all this. So now it's actually like if you can go down, business impact can be also we see. Yeah, business impact is updated within that now. So now we go to the analysis tab. We can see the yeah. So now we can see that all the requirements we have entered depend into that. So the complexity, actually most of them are actually low only. So now it is giving the picture at 644. So the complexity of the specification and business impact of the specification, we can see the from that actually we can see which are actually mentioning within that criteria also. And actually this is depend on the business objectives we entered. So this is going to impact 2 specifications are impacting this business objective, 6 are impacting this business objective. So that actually we can, and from this actually we can see which are implemented and which are not implemented. So we can give you the two diagram pictures with that. So nothing is implemented, so completely showing in this way. And we have some more reports as well. So like this is depend on to the case type. So this is we have multiple case type. So we can see depend on the case type how much specifications are there, and this is show you the specification by status. So that is like pending or is new implemented. So that will show you the graphical representation of all the specification. And we have one more reports. Actually from there we can get to know which requirements are linked to the specification and which specification are not linked to the implementation. So that is like that report also we can see. So currently like we can see requirements which are not linked to the specification. So all requirements, only one actually we have linked, other actually all are not linked. So that all the things are came up with a report. And the same way nothing is implemented. If you click onto that, it will list down all the specification now as not implemented.
Mukesh, you said something went wrong, right? You were trying to check something, but what was that? What went wrong, you said? I didn't get that.
See, actually, the row is going to update onto that. So, you need to select which one you want to update or which one you don't want to select.
Oh,
Select every row which one I want to update because I did it once again, right? So,
correct.
on
Yeah.
that time, yeah, what I can need to select which one I want to update and which one I don't want to update. In the
Oh,
first time, I did not select any one of them.
no,
So
it
what
said
happened
like
is,
it updated in
no,
40
no, no.
months.
Actually, like it's the message was said that that is going to be updated,
Oh,
but
okay.
so it was not updated. If I did not select any one of them, nothing was updated and everything was skipped.
Okay, okay. Got it.
So the next time I select everyone, like the all the rows with the business impact was added onto that. So business impact, release and iteration was added in 7, not there in previous versions. So that's why I did not. I just added the column and I did not populated that values. So now that value you can see here, the graph shows in this way. High is 4, medium is 4.
Sure. Okay.
The, the report might come now. Oh, it's taking time, so might be delay some of the things. So we can see that report because nothing is implemented. It will show you that the correct picture or that like which is not implemented. So now actually we have specification and our requirement and specification are uploaded into the system. A good uh, documentation feature. So everything actually we want to create a good document out of it. So we can create a document out of tools. We can go further. So it will be like Design Studio, application, tools, and we can click onto the document. It's taking time very fast.
You're trying to create the document, right? That from the tools.
Yeah, sure. So actually now you can see there are 3 type of documents we can create. One is called as a profile, another is called as document, and one is the specification document. Actually, like how we are going to implement, like this is going to be created before the, we are going to prepare the specification, and requirement, and we want some estimation, high level estimation, and we want to send that to like respective team. We're going to create this document. So if you click onto that, it will give you that more details onto it. So various templates are predefined. And if you want to update the template as well, we can download the template from here as well. Like what like document you want to create. Okay, so like we are going to create the time of application for that, like HR services. So this is the part of we want to create this one and actually like there is two things actually like how you want will be done by some certified lead by Pega system, or only client want to do that. Depending on that, will change. If you want to go with the contents, will may change here. Okay, based on that, actually like the chapters which are giving that, it will change onto that. If you want to give some which methodology you want to going to use, like Scrum, Pega, BPMN, other, and you want to give some timelines. Also, we can give the timeline so that the same will be reflected onto that. So, let's say I want a 5 timeline, and the sprint 1 will be 4 weeks, initial sprint duration will be 3 weeks, and final sprint will be 3 weeks. Sorry, so it's like going to be take 26 weeks, just for example, one. So we get like say just 1 2 sprint. It will be going to reduce the time to 14 weeks. So just submit that. You can see this is going to be create the different table of contents within the document, and all the requirements and specification which we have entered, that also will come as a doc within the document. So there will have multiple options, like this configuration. If you want to save it, we can save the configuration, so the next time we can use the same configuration. And if we want to download the template, we can download the template as well. And finally, we can generate the document.
Mukesh, what is the difference between a sprint and iteration?
You see, actually within this release, right? Actually, you have different, like you have it in the sprint. You have different iteration to follow. Like if you say, you have 10 different requirements, right? And within the sprint, you have divided iteration. So in the first iteration, you are doing so okay. In the first iteration, you want that, okay, 3 specifications case you want to implement in iteration 1.
Okay.
So sprint is like the complete your one. Yeah, iteration or sprint is actually, you can say the same thing. Within that, like you want to implement one sprint or one iteration. So that's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, so we are entering the information of sprint and project timeline, and also earlier we have also entered the information for iteration.
It is depend on the methodology. Actually, like see, actually if you were going for waterfall, this information will be not there. So that is really very high level one. Release, actually, if you are going to Scrum, the iteration is same as the sprint. Okay, if you are going with waterfall, this approach will be not there. So it will be going to give you different information. So that is that how many iteration you want, like how many sprints will be going to complete this complete project. Okay, so that like the document is generated, you can see the document is very rich. All the information you can what we have entered, it can be give you the high quality view of the document.
And like depending on whether it's Pega led or client led,
Yes.
What are the changes that it makes in those chapters? I mean,
yeah, I'll show you that. It's like we see there is like if it is going to be Pega lead, so they will be like from who is the contact from for the Pega for the project.
Okay.
right? So that information from that will come from the Pega side. Actually, that because client is not handling the Pega side, so like if it's something Pega certified, so who will be like contact from certified partner, who will like how they can going to manage, what methodology they are like Pega is going to manage, because that Pega is doing that, so they will decide the methodology as well. So that it will depend on that three things which I told. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's the client lead, so they can use their own methodology to implement the same. So that information we can, it will be blank, so we can update that here. Uh, right. Next, oh. So now, like this is the document which is created instance. So that's like you can see that. So we have given the client lead, so that the complete table of contents. So executive summary. So this is like you can see who will be like point of contact. So here it's like now it is two. If it is lead by the Pega, there will be more contact can come here. So this is the like we given the objectives. So that objectives are coming at the initial target one, and resourcing model, like how we want to resource that model. So that we're going to give it in the resourcing model. Implementation in approach. So this is like how the sprint will, the diagram which we given. So it's 2 weeks, 4 weeks. So that is given onto that the agile methodology. So that same description which we have given. In the duration and timeline it will shows. And finally, who are the actors? Now it's like all the specification which we have entered, it will be going to display in this way. Change request, the complete flow, who is the trigger, action, and everything will be. So in the description we can write more details onto it into that. So this is can be get the initial point for the sizing of the project. So this is the how we are going for the change control, how the functional performance testing will perform, how we are going for enablement onboarding. So that all the things actually like it's created the different context that we can change if you want onto that. So this is like Pega's best practice to prepare this document for the initial estimations and sizing. And the same another document actually we can see from here that actually will give you the only about the specification. So if you just want the specification for the development purpose, if like if that's a functional specification document. So that it will like we can get the specification document. So this will be going to create only the specification out of it. So we can see like we want to include the change log, we want to include the acceptance criteria, and we want to include the link requirement within that as well. And we can select which specification we want to include, or we can exclude the requirement as well. So see which case type you want to include. So if you say like if you want to change any chapters, we can change that as well. And finally the same thing, we can configure the settings as well, and the same setting can be used in multiple times. And finally we can generate the documents of the specification, and in this actually only that that section which we have seen in before, it will create only the specification document. I need to close this before I need to generate, because it creates confusion. It doesn't create once again. So now it's done. You can download the same. So this is actually just the specification document. Actually, like all the specification which we have maintained, 14.1. So from here, actually all the specification we can see from here only. This might be used for actually for development, actually which we want to implement. We can use this document for review and sign off. We can use this separately. So this is actually just specifications only document. And if we say we have linked the requirement, so the link requirement also came with that here. So it will automatically set the traceability as well. So this is the way we do the capturing of the requirements, specification, and finally how can generate the document.
Mukesh, how you selected only specification document? How was that? I probably missed it.
Yeah, if you can see the document, we have three types of the document:
Oh,
application
that
profile,
okay.
yes, specification document separately mentioned, and this document will contain the complete specification, requirement, and all the rules. Actually, like the implementation as well. So finally, like which all rules will be going to be created. So this will be like mainly for end of the document, which we want to create the complete application document. Then we should go for application document.
Okay, that is like the final document after everything is done.
That's right. Yes, Manoj. That's actually final document. It will contain all the rules, specific implementation as well, like how that was specification one is implemented, which all rules we have created in the application. So that will give you the complete picture of your application.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's any questions on till now? So we like now we have covered the initial bit of it, like objectives, requirements, and specification. Now we are going to do how we can think like what is the case, what is like process, what is data modeling. So how we can do that within the Pega. So that we are going to start after that. So any questions till now on that?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yes.
Sonam, this right?
Oh, sorry.
Yes. These requirement and specification, we can. Is it necessary to develop the specification documents and the requirement document in Pega? We can use some other tool as well.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, like you see, actually, like this is not hard defined, like that you need to follow this approach. This is Pega's best practice to do this. Like you can use another tool or another approach for this one as well. Like all the Pegas doesn't actually impose to do this. If you want to go for your own test.
Any advantage of using this? Because if we are using Pega application for the developer, so for if we use this Pega business architect, whatever you showed us, the requirement and the specification document, so is this going to help the developers also by maintaining these documents in Pega rather than maintaining it in some other software?
Yeah, so now actually like you see, actually like if it is like the requirement and specification within the application itself, if I have to refer any time, I can refer within the application itself. I don't need to open a separate document where it was there.
So that is the only benefit we are going to get.
Yeah, that's the actually if you see, actually like if I don't know where is specification, I feel like which is the like if I am going to update the specification and requirement within the application itself, like if I like in future the tester also want, so they can refer, if they are testing, they want to refer it, so they can test it the requirements and specification from the application itself. The same way if the developer will also want to create some doubts or anything, they can refer onto the same place. That's actually like Pega's main objective. So everything is actually unified within the application.
Okay, is there anything like automation here between this business analyst and the developers, is there anything which is automated, like in this, by using this application, like if a developer has done something and it is we can, means it's automatically updated for the analyst, or
No,
they have to manually enter, like they have to enter in some other software? Means, is there any link between these two, analyst and developer,
they are going to
inside?
see this. Okay. Yeah, sure. So actually, they are going to see the same requirement and specification. Actually, like, there is another, like they can also update the specification from their end as well. Like if they see that, like that how that specification are implemented, some of the things, if the some things are not there, so they can also update the same specification in the same time.
Okay.
So this is not like, I'm not getting like what you mean by automation, like how information will be passed to the from here to development team or the technical team, or like
No,
something need to be
this is
built
just
upon.
a recording of these documents are maintained just to record what work they have done, what is the requirement, what is the
Mhm.
specification, and in which iteration it is going. Means to
Yes,
record every, means it is to manage the project, right?
right.
So the developer is doing, uh, means is in the midway. They have not yet completed it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Task,
So I'm going to show you that. So sorry, Sonu. Actually, like if you open one of them, okay. So the same specification, actually, like if you see the implementation tab is there also.
okay.
So in the implementation tab, like how, which rule is going to implement. So that is the work of development team. So they can say
Yeah.
that like these all rules are created for this specification.
And these rules we are going to know as business analyst.
Yeah, you
Are,
can, if you don't want to know that, but once it was implemented, you can see that, okay, this rule is created with this type of, like these rules are actually part of the specification. To complete the specification, these many rules are created here.
how this
Right?
information is going to help us as an analyst?
No, actually, like this will be not going to help you as research, but this will be like for the project, it will be going to help. Okay, this is the, like for the overall complete project,
Okay.
for the overall of the project, actually like, okay, this specification is implemented and this many rules are there. So if something actually like if in future, actually if you say some error or happen, some defects are happening or any change control are happening, so
Okay.
that we can get to know which rules we want to change. So that it will help onto the developer only into the future.
Okay. So as a business analyst, do we have to know these rules? No.
No, implementation wise, you don't want to know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Implementation wise, we don't want to know. Then, is there any
Like,
other way we have to know them?
like see, if you say it's like how that rule was created, which UI rule was there, right? So we want to go more onto the technical. So you can actually, if you want to know, there is like no restriction to know that.
Okay.
So if you
Actually,
want to know that, that will say actually like if there is a case, like some of the rules you are going to also create, right? Like case, process, and decision table, correspondence template. So that actually like the rules, like for that specification, this the implementation tab. You can also like implement that rule, like which all the rules you are going to create as a BA. So that can be implemented as part of it here. And some
no.
other things which are more technical,
Okay.
that actually like might be you don't want to know that.
Okay. And then in the coming classes, you are going to teach us those rules.
Yes, that's right. Actually, like now we are going to start from tomorrow because I think it's time now. So tomorrow, actually, I'm going to start with the what is case in terms of Pega, how we can achieve case, stages, process, how we can go for the process modeling, how we can go for the data modeling, and other concepts within the Pega. Actually, we are going to use both Portal, Designer Studio, and Pega Express to achieve that.
Okay. Actually, I'm asking this because in our project, we are already using whatever you have taught till now, the requirement and this specification, we are already recording it in some other software. So I want
Okay.
to know whether it is useful if we just migrate from that to Pega, how it is going to help us in a better way. So that's why I
Yeah,
wanted
actually,
to know.
if you see, in your organization might be happen that you have heterogeneous systems, like the requirements are not linked only to the Pega, or it is like,
Yes.
yeah. So that's why actually the main reason is that now actually you need to segregate some of the requirements. So this actually like there you have 50 requirements, only 10 of them are in Pega. So you don't want to include that specific to Pega in here.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. Like it's depend on the organization. If you have the application is only in Pega, it will give you a better advantage. So every requirement in a single place. But if you want to that, okay, actually many applications. So here you can implement whatever the requirements are specific to the your application. You can implement it in a very good manner because you don't need to maintain in 10 different places. So
But I
everything
think
is.
Pega, I'm not sure about it. But does
Mhm.
Pega have its own database?
Yes, Pega has its own database.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Because
see everything within you can see here, right? Like all the rules. Why HLS is 5 GB, right?
oh,
So everything is stored in database only.
okay. No, actually we are not using Pega's database. So that's why we have to integrate with some other system.
Yeah,
And I think that is the reason they are not storing, they are not using this Pega's requirement and specification application profile.
yeah.
Okay.
Might they can give link to it. Like if you say, I showed you that right into the requirement. There is like you can give internally link to that. So if you say like if you see you can link that here.
External
Like you
report.
can maintain it the complete requirement in your other system, okay, and if you like Pega related things, if you want you can include that and you can link to the external requirement ID as well.
Okay.
So it will be like given better advantage actually how that requirement specification which is related to Pega within Pega.
Okay.
So Mukesh, like I mean, in continuation of the database thing, Pega's database is, what is it called?
Actually it depends on actually which database you are going to use. Actually all are relational database, like you can go for SQL Server, we can go for Oracle, we have DB2, and we have one more Postgres.
Okay.
So this is the 4 databases supported by Pega rules and for this part, and we can have link with that document repository as well. So currently I think Pega is integrated with box.com. So if you heard about, there is one more, now actually they are integrating with a repository, box.com. So if you see in the home, we can see this one. So they are actually integrating with this one, DocuSign and box.com to provide the support for document repository. So they've started that one. Actually, like, and if you see the application, there we have content management link within the application. So if you application rule, in the integration they made, they can actually like don't want to include within the Pega, they can use this CMIS as well, like content management. So basically say here actually have the 3 things. So for the application, where I want to store the content. I want to store in the Pega database, or I want to store in a CMIS repository, or I want to use for a web storage, so that I can change for that application. Yeah.
Okay. So as Sonam said, like if this is not what we are using in our organization, then we don't need to know a lot of these things.
Yeah, actually, actually, if you're not using that, so that might actually this is actually part of business architect role that the course is that. So because see, actually, every organization has their own best practice and which
Right.
tools they are going to use. So they like Pega doesn't enforce that. Okay, okay, my project should go in that way only, right? So they are actually very adaptable. Like if you want, actually, you can implement in all your what are the standards and best practices followed by within your organization.
Correct. They are not like SAP and all that, which is pushed
Yeah.
down.
It's not like that. They are actually like very lenient onto that. So it's actually like you can manage in your own way.
Okay.
So this is actually which is the content management. We can because that's everything we are going to store into the database itself. And if we have a separate repository, we can change the link so that all the documents, whatever that we have, it will be going to store in a separate document repository. So if you have like many organization as FileNet or like other tools which is Documentum, so that also we can use for the repository. So that all the documents or whatever the things we are adding here, that will be going to store in a separate place.
All the content, you mean the documents?
And all the applications, if you are adding an attachment, all the things will be going to store in separately. So here, like currently we are given the Pega database, so everything is going to be stored into the database now.
When you say Pega database, means it can be anything behind it. It can be DB2 or it can be Oracle or SQL Server, whatever, right?
Yes, that's right. Depend on that, like where we have installed our server.
Okay.
Like because in the personal edition, it's going to be use the Postgre database, and actually that is going to be used for that. And for actually, if we have implemented in 3 like separate server, separate into like normal enterprise application, we use different database, different web server for that. So it depends on to that, like which where we have installed our application.
Pega doesn't have a proprietary database by itself, does it?
Yeah, they don't have actually their own database. They use third-party database only.
Okay.
Okay. So, any more questions for today? So tomorrow actually we are going to start actually what is case, how we can decompose the case, what is the best practice to design the cases in Pega, how we can go for stages, how we can go for the process for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow again.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.